Thanks for staying tuned. I'm Colin Abrams with the HGP Sportscast. Windward Island Volcanoes clinched a crucial win in their late bid for a semi-final spot in the Super 50 Cricket Festival. Here's more.
A crucial half-century by Barbados-born all-rounder Kyle Myers led a successful Volcanoes chase and earned them an important 3-wicket victory over Trinidad and Tobago Red Force at the Windward Islands Cricket Ground. Myers struck 2 fours and 4 sixes in his 53 from 48 balls and shared 97 for the 6th wicket with Kavem Hodge to earn the Player of the Match award and get Volcanoes back on track in the chase. Given a sound base for 58 for the first wicket from openers Devon Smith and Johnson Charles, Volcanoes ran into trouble at 124 for 5 in the 22nd over as they pursued a bonus point win to enhance their claims for a place in the final 4. Red Force will now have to await the outcome of Volcanoes' final preliminary match against Hampshire on Saturday before knowing their fate. The defeat, the third for Red Force, left them on 22 points and still favoured to advance from Group A to the semi-finals along with reigning champions Barbados Pride. Volcanoes, third on 17 points, need a victory and a bonus point from their final match along with a superior net run rate in order to eclipse the Red Force.
Australia scored the highest run chase in T20 international history as they reached 245 for 5 to beat New Zealand by 5 wickets with 7 balls left.
Aaron Finch sealed the remarkable accomplishment with a 6 after Darcy Short had top scored with 76 in reply to the Kiwis' 243 for 6, a score dominated by Martin Guptill's 49-ball century. The total betters the West Indies 236 for 6 in a 2015 win over South Africa. Australia's win keeps alive England's hopes of reaching Wednesday's final. The Kiwis would have to set up another meeting with Australia in the final with victory. But despite scoring the 7th highest T20 total and 29 more than Australia had ever conceded, the Aussies sealed their 4th consecutive win of the series. England could join Australia if they beat New Zealand in Hamilton on Sunday. They can only qualify with a margin of victory that carries them above the Kiwis' superior net run rate. Ian Morgan's men have so far suffered 3 defeats from their 3 games, including Tuesday's 12-run defeat by New Zealand. Also on Friday, bowler Liam Plunkett was ruled out of the remainder of England's campaign and the one-day international against New Zealand on February 25 with a hamstring injury.
The Jamaica's women's bobsleigh team are expected to compete in the 2018 Pyeongchang Games in a sled donated by a beer producer.
The participation of Jamaica's first women's Winter Olympic bobsleigh team was under threat following the departure of coach Sandra Carices. The former Olympic champion said she used her contacts to secure their previous sled and was legally responsible for its use. She was demanding payment in order to allow Jamaica to use it. A Jamaica Bobsleigh and Skeleton Federation spokeswoman said it was donated by one of Jamaica's most popular beer producers, Red Stripe. It is the latest twist in a long-running saga regarding the equipment used by the women's bobsleigh team following the declaration by a Japanese manufacturer that they were considering taking legal action against the JBSF. The Tokyo-based company claimed to have had an agreement in place whereby they created a bobsleigh for the team free of charge in exchange for it being used during the Olympics. However, it is understood that although the Jamaicans used the sled earlier in the season, they were forced to borrow another via Carices' contacts after the manufacturer failed to deliver the craft to Europe in time for the second phase of the World Cup. Jasmine Fenlater Victorian and Carrie Russell are hoping to become the first Jamaican women to compete at the Winter Olympics 30 years after the Jamaican men who inspired the film Cool Runnings made history in Calgary.
And that has brought us to the end of this edition of the HGP Sportscast. Before we go, remember, life is like a sport. Always remember to play fair. Back to you, Javon.